Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard being like people don't realize how lonely of a place it is to be a founder like you.
Yeah, I
Because
appreciate it. It can be fun though, because there's so much incredible opportunities. Um, an example for a leader and an entrepreneur. One time, this guy, he wanted to come work in the hunting business. He was an agricultural, chemical, and seed salesman, and he loved to hunt and fish, and he wanted to come to work at Primos. So he came and interviewed with me, and I turned him down. He called me, wanted to come back for an interview, wrote me a letter. Said, I really want this job. I really want this opportunity. So I let some other executives interview him, and they kind of maybe so, maybe not. He sure seems to have the passion. So I let my guard down, and I hired the guy. Within 3 months, he was an absolute wreck and failure. He couldn't stand being in the office. He'd been in the field his whole life. He just, he was around hunting and fishing, but he wasn't doing the hunting and fishing. Uh,
mm,
a job's a job. And so, he was one day sitting at his desk, his head was just hanging down. I says, come on in and talk to me a minute. He came in and talked to me. I said, look, I know you're struggling. I know you're not happy. I can only imagine what it's like at home. You left a job you were good at that you liked. And he looked at me, tears started rolling down his eyes. And he said, I got two little girls and I don't know how to quit this job because I ain't got another one. It ain't working out for me. And my wife's about to kill me. And I said, look, you don't worry about a thing. You leave, you work your day out today, you clean your desk up. You've got 1 month of pay. And if you don't find a job in 1 month, you get another month. I'll go up to 3 months and then we can have a serious conversation, but I'll pay you for up to 3 months. But you are to diligently look for a job. He had a job within 3 weeks, but
mm.
being able to be in a position to do that, because I made the mistake. I can't just, as an entrepreneur and a leader, you've got to be able to make good decisions for the welfare of your employees, be it now, later. And another policy, when somebody came to me and said, I'm turning them a notice, I'm turning them a 2 week notice. Sometimes it was longer notice depending on their position. And I said, well, you can tell me if you want to, you don't have to where you're going, but obviously congratulations, because you wouldn't be leaving if you didn't have more opportunity. And they said, I do have a great opportunity. I said, tell me how I can help you make this transition successful for you and your family. That has got to be the attitude of successful entrepreneurs and successful leaders of businesses. So when you take on that attitude, it comes back, and you help that person in their journey in life, because you've if you're an entrepreneur and you started a business and you've asked these people to come to work for you, I mean, this is their lives, and you've got to take that attitude, or your business is not going to be as successful as it could by any means.
Yeah. Yeah, it provides a lot of opportunities you wouldn't have as if you were on the other side of the stick. It
Yeah.
it comes with my wife and I talk about this all the time because I run my businesses from my home office, so I'm often alone. Whereas when I worked at Sitka for 11 years, I was around a big team, or at least small team at first. Then we built it into a big company.